What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Terence, Bud Crawford, David Avanesian, and Everlast boxing gloves. Everlast takes responsibility for Crawford's busted up gloves from the Avanesian fight. The self described leader in professional boxing equipment admitted to bungling the gloves used by Terence Crawford in their last outing in the ring. Last Saturday night at the Shy Health Center in his hometown of Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford stopped Avanesian in 6 rounds, short-circuiting the durable Armenian Russian with a counter left uppercut, right hook combination, but going into the pivotal 6 round, referee Sparkle Lee paused the contest because the seams in Crawford's Everlast gloves had apparently burst open, revealing padding. Lee directed Crawford over to the side of the ring where members of the local commission were seated below and asked them to take a look. In the broadcast of the fight, it appeared that both gloves were affected, with the thumb portion of the right glove totally busted open. Many of the commissioners appeared befuddled and unsure of how to proceed. After a few seconds, the commission gave referee Lee the green light to continue the fight. After the fight, speculation intensified after a user uploaded a photograph of purporting to show Crawford's damaged gloves. Noted trainer and glove manufacturer Rush Abner questioned the gloves or the photograph because it appeared to him that the gloves were not new according to the rules of the Association of the Boxing Commission. Promoters are required to supply only new gloves for all main events and title bouts. Donardo, the Italian glove manufacturer, also chimed in, saying that the gloves in the photograph were not new. On Tuesday, Everlast issued a statement in response to the speculation on social media that Crawford and his team were using manipulated gloves. The manufacturer owned up to the mishap, saying defective leather had been used in production of Crawford's gloves. Everlast pointed out that it followed commission protocol by offering another set of gloves, but that the commission in question had deemed the faulty ones still good for the competitive use. Everlast said that there was no foul play or tampering with Crawford's glove, and they said we take safety and performance seriously. Everlast wrote, as the leader in professional boxing equipment, it is ever more important that we ensure the necessary steps are in place to review our product development process and the integrity of our gloves. This process includes close scrutiny of all materials used and construction methods employed in the production of our professional competition gloves. Our top priority is to ensure that every fighter who uses our products has a safe and secure experience. During the development cycle of custom fight gloves used in Crawford Avanesian, a batch of defective leather was used in production, resulting in a malfunction during the competition. In such cases, Everlast follows proper protocol, providing backup competition pairs to replace pending a decision by the sanctioning body overseeing the fight. A stoppage was called to review the equipment malfunction, and the commission deemed that the equipment was still suitable for competition. No foul play was at hand, nor was there any tampering of the product on behalf of Terence Crawford and his camp. And let me counterpunch. We heard the credo. We heard what happened by Everlast. What Everlast is doing, they're covering their own ass. Okay? They told you their credo, they told you their protocol, and this is what they do. Okay? And they explained it thoroughly, right? So, what happens now with these gloves that were malfunctioned? Whose fault is it? Since it's not the company's, as we just heard them explain, or them write rather, and I explained, right, through their writings. So who's at fault? Well, I tell you who's at fault. The athletic commission. Okay? Whoever is in charge of looking at those gloves and deemed those gloves suitable should have taken another look. Now, the question is, would that have happened anyway? Eventually, but then again, we'll never know. And I feel that Terence Crawford has enough haters, okay, as it already is. And I think that this is only going to be manifested and amplified to the utmost because of the glove. But my counterpunch to everyone that questions Terence Crawford's gloves, because they do look shaky, they do look shady, they don't look new. Well, the thing you question is the athletic commission. You don't question the team of Terence Crawford. They were just doing their job. However, the referee stopped it. They looked at it. They made the decision, and then they decided to continue the fight. Now, was that the best conclusion? Was that the best thing to do? And I would say, no, it's not. They should have stopped that fight. They should have had the backup gloves. The backup gloves should have then be applied on the spot, inspected by the or whatever athletic commission, and then the fight would have came on. It didn't matter if it was 2 minutes or 5 minutes. That's what should have happened. That's the protocol, and it wasn't used. But is that Terence Crawford's fault? No. That's the same as a referee allowing someone to do illegal things, and that person keeps doing it because the referee doesn't enforce it. It's the same shit. Okay? In this case, Terence Crawford, he didn't have a decision or a choice in the matter. He used the gloves that he had. They busted open because if they weren't effective, you have to think about he's using them to block, he's using them to punch, and also those gloves are also tearing because the other guy had in high guard and he's also blocking his hand and body. So leather requires a lot of durability, especially when it causes damage or inflicting pain amongst others. It's going to also create friction. Okay? And as hard as these guys were hitting or blocking, that's what caused that. On top of it being defective, okay, that's what we have. But I hold the blame with the athletic commission. I think that was an amateurish move. But you can't scrutinize Terence Crawford or take away the fact that he knocked someone's spark out just because of that, okay? Now, you can argue, you can draw over straws and reach a bit or whatever. You could bring up Luis Resto, you can bring up Glove Gate, you can do whatever you think you need to do. Nonetheless, David Avanesian got knocked out, okay? And a lot of channels are saying, well, I've never seen Terence Crawford knock out anyone like that before. Well, fuck you, Boxing Ego. You know what I mean? Because he would have been stopped anyway with the punch selection that he had. But it just shows you, what they don't talk about. They don't talk about the fact that they made the wrong decision. That athletic commission in Nebraska should have been more on task. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Everlast making a statement, blaming it on a malfunction. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.